About 2-3 weeks later, as I was coming down the steps from my classroom, I met one of my students running up the stairs. Seeing me, stopped and said, "Sir, you look very tired. Won't you have a cup of tea?" I said, "Madam, I will have a cup of tea. I need a cup of tea badly, but I am not going to have it here." Without going into too much detail, I told her it took me 45 minutes last time. And I can't spare that time. I have to get back to Mangalore. So he said, "No, sir, I promise you, this time I will get it for you in 5 minutes." I said, "No." He said, "No, sir," and stood almost blocking my way so that I can't go. And I told her, if it takes more than 5 minutes, I'm going to be very angry with you. He said, "No, sir, come." And took me there, and at the library, turned left and went to their students' mess. And there he told me to sit down, brought me a plate with 3-4 biscuits on it, went and told the cook there, "Please give a cup of tea for sir," and then brought a very big cup compared with what the hotel was serving or the roadside restaurant was serving, almost double size cup of tea. And it was not very hot, hot enough, but not scalding. I drank it. It was lovely tea. So can I get another cup with ginger and cardamom also? Can I get another cup? I said, "No, this is equivalent of drinking 2 cups already, enough." Then she told that cook, "Francis, this is my professor. Yes, I have seen him in the hotel many times," he told. "Whenever he comes, anytime he comes, even if any of us are not there, you have to give him tea and biscuits or anything, snacks that are, if they are available on the menu." And she went off. And she told me, "Sir, I will come every time," but she was into a lot of extracurricular activities, dancing and music and all that. So sometimes I have to go for practice immediately after class. I said, "No problem, you go." So after that I was drinking tea there only. So during the exam time, Viva time, Professor Shane and myself were sitting, and I just told him when this lady came for her Viva, I told him about what he had done for me. So he said, "Mallya, you have been highly honored. Do you know who that person is?" I said, "I don't know. I know her only by name." No, she is from the Royal Travancore Cochin Kingdom family, literally a princess. So she has served you this one. See how great their culture and how much they respect their teachers. Down to earth she is, and how much they respect their teachers. You have been very lucky," he said. So that was one of my best experiences there. Then of course, sad side also, much later, many years later, when I was still doing the project work and guiding many students, I had one person who was the president of the student union, and by all reports a very tough egg, and most of the faculty said he was a troublesome fellow. But somehow with me he was totally different. He would not sit down in front of me, he would not do this one. He came often for guidance, and even 20 minutes, half an hour he would stand by my side, look over my shoulder, but he would never sit down in front of me. And he worked very hard, and at the end of the term, when I saw his report, it was extremely good. He really slogged in it. So I told him, "It's very good." I'm surprised, I would say. I was seeing it from time to time, but the overall impact of the finished thing was so good. I told him it's very good. And I felt like telling him, probably it's a better report than I would have done at your age. But then other faculties were also telling, "No, that is a bit this one." I thought it might go to his head and he may get a swelled head. So I didn't say that much.
So as an educator, you brought a lot of changes.
Yes.
And like you said,
Yes.
those who are impossible to handle, they become better
Yes.
under your this thing. So you should be proud about it.
Yeah, but the sad part was, as I said, that day at the end of term, maybe celebrating this and other things. End of term, they were celebrating, and they went. He and another fellow went to Udupi to get. That time Manipal was very tightly controlled for alcohol, so they went to Udupi to get bottles of liquor, and going at high speed on the bike, he hit the divider.
Met in an accident.
He was dead on the spot, and the other fellow was in a coma.
Right.
I felt bad. All right, I felt bad. If I had told him the earlier day, at least I would have given him the compliment he deserved. I didn't give it. That is one regret I have. Because there are few anecdotes like
So
this. But
about your family, about your wife.
yes, my wife is a gynecologist, having her own individual practice.
Okay.
I have two sons, Devender and Mahendra. Both of them are working in the IT industry and settled in Bangalore. Both are married. My younger son just got a grandson. I mean, he got a son, my grandson, about a month back.
So our association has been good over the years.
Yes.
The short 4 or 5 years that we spent together was very lengthy for me, because we have done so much during that period. A lot of thoughts were exchanged, and lot of knowledge has been exchanged about cooking also. You showed a lot of interest in cooking. So did it come from Manipal?
Yes, totally from Manipal.
Okay. So you are indulging in cooking yourself sometimes?
Very rarely, because there were limited working stations and all that. But most of the students liked me, and whenever they were working,
I think I've seen you in some cake mixing program and all that. That visuals I'll put, that pictures I'll put.
That all faculty used to participate in the Christmas
and
cake
at home,
mixing.
Sometimes when you're alone, do you feel like making your own tea, your own cup of tea?
Yes. I do that but it's rare, but I do it.
When you have people working at home, you won't
can't
get a
chance.
Yeah.
And not everybody likes my cup of tea. I like cardamom and ginger in it most of the time.
I know you're a fan of ginger.
Yes.
You have told me many times.
Yes.
You even prefer eating ginger.
Raw ginger, with a little salt.
Yes. Okay. So much about your food habits. Then about gardening. Do you indulge yourself in gardening, or just?
No, not much, because now. Even earlier, when I was working whole day, I was spending going to Manipal, coming back, and too tired at the end of the day.
Naturally.
Yes.
And it will be too late by the time you come
back.
You have to leave early and
come late.
That's understood. But anyway, you got a lovely garden.
Yes.
Congrats for that.
Yes.
And whoever is working, I should congratulate them for maintaining it well.
Yes.
And your house, the ancestral house, is really beautiful.
Yes.
It's like a mansion.
Yes.
And
it's completed 100 years last year, so 101 now.
And I have talked about our common interest, that is PG Vodous.
Yes.
So you got a good book collection, right?
Yes.
You are a voracious reader, I know, because when Rati and Mahavir wedded, soon after that I was just asking about you, because you are not socializing so much with us and all that. Then she said, no, my brother is different. He always reads books, and he has got select 3 or 4 friends who come home.
Yes.
They sit in the room, and each one takes a book and they start reading. Then they discuss about the same thing, the books and all that.
Yes.
So how did you develop that interest? Did it come by itself, or?
By itself, I must say.
Okay.
From, I remember, and from the age of 8 years, I was wearing spectacles already.
Oh. But reading habit was
from school only. Okay. From school, a lot of books.
And we had that popular library. I think definitely you are a member.
Yes.
Yeah. He had a wide collection of books. Then. So it was good to know that you are also a fan of P.G. Vodous, and a lot of other books you have read, and you have shared some of the anecdotes from those books. Some few lines you have shared before.
Yes.
So I am happy about it. What was the program that you are taking up in St. Aloysius on Sundays.
Indira Gandhi National Open University, they started the center here in 1988. And for the MBA program, few of us became counselors. Practically every Sunday, because that time faculty were very short in number, I mean. So every Sunday we had to be available there. It was not regular classes as such. The university supplied very good study material to all the people, but still reading the material they might have some problems. They could not understand certain things. So a schedule was given for these subjects. This Sunday will be taken up like that. So they have to come and they can clarify the doubts with us and discuss whatever they want with us. So we had very good students there also coming for.
So anything you can quote from your experience there? Any memorable thing?
Memorable, only some very good students, in the sense there were people traveling almost 14 hours, because this was the only second center after Bangalore. There are people coming from places like Kadra, North Canara and all that. They had to travel 14 hours just to get 1 or 2 hours with us. So that dedication, I was impressed.
I found a couple of cats in your house, maybe 2 or 3, I think.
Yes.
Every time I come, they keep running around freely.
Yes.
And
yes, there are some 7 or 8 cats.
Oh, 7 or 8 are there.
Yes, there. Of course, 2 or 3 of them are always in the house. The rest are going out and coming at meal time. Then we have an aquarium, fish tank.
Okay. So you are looking after these animals and creatures well. So that is something.
We are doing something.
Yeah.
We are mostly
like family members. Treating them.
2 dogs.
They are free to move. Oh, 2 dogs also.
Yes.
Okay. And I have tasted nice jackfruits from your compound.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember.
We have 4 old jackfruit trees, probably older than the house.
Okay.
100 years nearly.
Yeah.
But
I had a
all
chance
different.
to relish nice ones from your tree before. I have interacted with Devadas not just as a friend or a family friend at personal level, but we have worked together in a couple of occasions when his presence was very much needed there. One instance was maybe 3 or 4 years ago, the Mangalore Gujarati Association, they had conducted a cookery competition within their members. So then they wanted a judge, and the person who approached me, he asked me whether I can come and be a judge. And since the number of contestants were more than one can handle, they also requested me to come with anyone who is able to do that, judging. So immediately the thought came to my mind that Devadas, who has worked as a faculty in a Welcome Group School of Hotel Administration in Manipal, must be having some experience about these things. So I requested him and asked him whether he would join me, and both of us can work together as judges there. And he readily agreed. We went there and we did a good job out of it. Both of us worked together. It was nicely done actually. And we were impartial, and he and I have the same kind of mindset. That is, we go by the perfection of cooking, the finished product, the flavor, the texture, everything we consider, and we did a good job. So he was a very good company for me then. And one more occasion was, I was making a documentary film on our legend of Mannagudda, we can say, Mr. Omelette Bhandari, or Shevgur Ramchandra Bhandari. Ramchandra Bhandari, after 5 decades of selling omelettes in his shop in Mannagudda, decided to dispose of the shop and close the business. So then I requested Devadas to talk a few words about him in the video, and he was kind enough to talk about his experience being a regular client at Bhandari's omelette shop. And along with him, his close friend, Mr. Narayan Gadiyar, he also participated. So both of them, they shared their experience that after a movie at New Chitra, they were always, fond of Bandari's omelette. So they landed there and had an omelette before going home. So that video I am going to play here and show you how they have spoken about, how they have spoken good words about Bandari.
Kudpi Mallya, neighbor of Mr. Bandari, whom we affectionately call Omelette Bandari. I have been a regular customer of his more or less from the time he opened his shop more than 50 years ago, I would recall. Many people have appreciated his omelettes and other egg products served, made with dedication and served affectionately.
Yes, Devadas, I fully agree with you. Still remember those days, college days. This used to be a joint where all friends used to meet. And this has got very fond memories. After college, I went abroad. I've been away for almost about 35 years. But I've never missed. Every time I'm in Mangalore, both of us, I think we always made it a point to come here and have an omelette with Bandari and chat with him and meet other friends. So this has been a very special place for us. How can I forget it?
And there was an anecdote which you are talking about, which happened at Bandari's omelette shop. Can you share it now?
Yes, yes. Well, during the car festival time, one of the regular customers came in and asked Bandari for an omelette. Then suddenly he said, "Wait, Bandar Mam, wait. It's the Tero car festival time. Don't put onions in the omelette." So for him, egg was okay, but onion was not okay.
That was a good one, actually. People cannot just imagine what's onion got to do with this thing, car festival and all that. But among Brahmins or GSPs, during these festival times, people don't eat onion and garlic. And normally rice is eaten only as a prasada after the puja. Before the puja, they are not supposed to eat rice also. So that kind of a thing. So during festivity, the people avoid that. But this guy cannot resist having an omelette.
Yes.
So maybe it was a joke. He might have jokingly told that. But that became a super hit anecdote of yours. Anyway, thank you very much for sharing it again. Then you are fond of going to Bandari's omelette shop. Then we had the Prabhu Bakery, the legendary Prabhu Bakery. Yes. It is still there. We get very good stuff there. And the Ganesh Bakery bread. We both enjoy the thing. And even PR Bakery. Other day I went to PR Bakery and bought the bread there. It is excellent, very good. So we have got some nice places around. And we have got common liking for those things. That is one thing. Then the tender coconut shop near your home, we are regulars there. Yes. Then this Prashant Bhatt's Boon Relish.
Yes.
So all these places we enjoy their stuff. Nice, tasty treats and all that. So you don't fancy going to big restaurants and
not very much
in general.
No.
You like smaller joints?
Smaller joints and limited.
Where you get fresh food
yes.
And tea served fast and without waiting.
Yes.
It's not a matter of spending for it, yes. But save time and your patience. And I know that whenever a new joint opens, you try there first. And maybe because your sister is more into that, finding new places and this thing. So I get a first-hand report from you about any new place that has opened, not just restaurant, even a store, maybe a mega store or a hypermarket or whatever it is. Any new or a bakery, some places you have recommended me and some of them are really good. So that way I have gained something from your experience. So I could always rely on your review about places. And whenever things were not good, you told me clearly, this is not good, this is not there, or this used to be good, now it is not so. So a lot of common things between us. And about flavor of food, we always discuss that flavor is important in food, not just the taste. And not many go by the flavor. So, a badly made thing, well presented may attract many people, but it is not good actually in the long run. So those who have the real taste and perception for this thing, flavor and all that, they can make out which is good and which is bad. And there was a time when we used to get excellent stuff in almost every restaurant in Mangalore, which is not there now. In modern day, people are after money and they want to make a fast buck in the deal, they mix things and adulterate things, and we have to adjust to that. Yeah, that's a sad part of it. So, being an educator, you had you had a long journey in life. Then now you are fully retired or still working?
I'm fully retired now from March 2020.
Okay, that IGNOU
closed because of because of COVID.
Oh, because of COVID
they closed down the contact classes.
Okay, and Mr. Shene, I think he is from our Kudpi
family. He passed away a few years ago.
He is my cousin actually, maybe second or third cousin. I don't know what relationship is that. But he is my father's cousin's son actually. So we know him. We call him Kudpi Janna actually. Intimately he used to stay in Bijay, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. And you often quoted about him, telling that he is one of the closest friends of yours, and you always used to come together from work and all that. I never knew that he was in Manipal also with you, teaching there.
Only first few years, but he was there, and he helped me a lot also. I had my theoretical knowledge, but he gave me a lot of practical tips and how to cut short in the sense without changing the quality for the projects. How we can do the same thing in less time. Then Devadas, I also recall one thing. That time we were not actually intimate like now. Yes.
Just that hello and all that.
Yes.
We were just smiling at each other, and greeting each other at functions and things. So before your son Devendra's wedding was held,
Yes.
your cousin Radhakrishna came to me. He was intimate to me. Actually, Radhakrishna was very close to me because of computers.
Yes.
First, I started looking into his computer, any problem and all that I attended. He was very happy. Then he recommended me to other cousins also. Then your computer also I checked once because your sons were not there, and maybe your elder son was already expert in that, but he was away, I think, on job or something.
Yes.
So nobody was there to look into that, and any technician who came didn't do a good job. So I was called and I was looking into your computer. That was the first job I did for you. Then Radhakrishna told me that Devadas and Devendra is getting married. So the girls' side, they have appointed a videographer. But we also want to cover. So then he gave the job to me. I was not handling the camera. I had a man who did that. So that wedding coverage was given to us. And that was the generosity of Radhakrishna, I should say, because he was supportive all the time after I started my multimedia work and all that. Within a couple of years, he became my friend, and I was the family computer guy, actually. I used to go there. And because of him, Dr. A.V. Shetty, sadly, is no more now. Your uncle is also no more, sadly. So all those people I used to meet there. In that, it was the office for Narayan Mallya and Co. or Narayan Mallya and Sons, I don't know. You said two firms are there. In that house behind Kendra Urva. And that house, long ago, I remember when I was in school in the mid-1960s, after 1967 to 1972, then my brother's classmate, one Ravi Shankar Mallya, was there in that house. I don't know where he is now, but during recess time or whenever we played some in the ground and all that, when we became tired, we used to go to their house and have water. Yeah, his mother used to bring a big vessel full of water and give to us. And I still remember that, going to that house. Then later, when Radhakrishna was there, I was regular going there. Your uncle was there. Then your other cousin was there, Balkrishna was there. So those are good times, and through him I came to know Dr. A.V. Shetty. Dr. A.V. Shetty's computer also I started looking into. I think we even assembled one computer for Dr. A.V. Shetty, a new one. I don't remember. Maybe I have upgraded or assembled, one of the two. So until he passed away, in the later stages he had this thing, what you call laptop. So you know. Anyway, we have come to the end of this today's show. Mr. Devadas Mallya has shared so many of his experiences with us, and a couple of anecdotes also. Being an educator, he had a long journey, and in that journey, he has seen many ups and downs. But he has somehow managed to travel through that and reach a stage where today he is retired and leading a peaceful life with his lovely family. So I wish him luck. I thank him for coming for today's show, and looking forward to making more different kinds of videos with him, because soon I will be coming out with the cooking videos. Then Devada's presence will be more required there as an expert to taste the food and tell me how it has come out. So I think then also I'll have his cooperation. Anyway, at personal level, we'll continue being good friends. We keep going, visiting each other's homes and exchange thoughts. So thank you, Devadas. Thank you for coming. So viewers, let me take leave now. See you in the next episode with a new guest. Bye for now. Take care.